Hello everyone, we meet again today to discuss a solved numerical by H.C. Verma. This is a tricky one. It's good for you to go through all the numericals and solve them yourself. In this numerical, he has placed a charge stuck to a wall at a particular height from the top. A second charge is hung from a thread and brought close to the initial charge. It gets repelled and hangs in midair at an angle. The second charge is at equilibrium, and we are supposed to find out that angle of equilibrium. Here's my animation for you. The red ball is stuck on the wall, and the blue charge is getting repelled and takes on a particular angle of equilibrium. Imagining the initial status of this experiment was quite a challenge for me. Ideally, the origin of the hanging silk thread should be vertically above the red colored charge, but that would mean that the blue and red charges are touching each other. To avoid that situation, I moved the origin of the silk thread a little bit to the right. That creates another problem that we can't draw a perfect triangle as is required to solve the problem. Anyway, we will proceed with the theoretical treatment. The concept of the angle of the silk thread is simple. Assume the charge that's stuck on the wall has a positive charge. Therefore, the blue charge will acquire a positive charge. Both of them will repel each other, but balancing that is the weight of the second charge acting downwards and the string tension force which is acting along the string. We now draw the 2D sketches that are required to solve these kinds of problems. In the sketch on the right hand side, the blue charge is at an angle with respect to the first charge. It is assumed here that the origin of the silk thread is at the same point directly above the first charge, and that enables us to draw the triangle OAB. I told you the difference between this theoretical treatment and the practical difficulties in hanging the string, but forget those practical difficulties for the time being. We have to form the OAB triangle and put down the dimensions correctly. OB is the length of the string, that is 30 centimeters. It's given that the charge 1, which is A, is 30 centimeters below the point of hanging, which is O. That's why OA is 30 centimeters. We do not know AB. That's the distance between the charges. The electrostatic force between the charges is Q1 Q2 by 4 pi epsilon 0 d squared. We also need the free body diagram here. The blue charge is shown with 3 forces acting on it. The string tension T acts along BO upwards. The weight mg is acting vertically downwards from the center of B, and the electrostatic force of repulsion Fe is acting along AB. In the equation for Fe, we know Q1, we know Q2, both are same, but we do not know the distance of separation, which is AB. We drop a perpendicular shown by a green line here, which is OP. Angle OPA is 90 degrees. Also, because it's an isosceles triangle, the angle theta at the top gets bisected into theta by 2 due to this perpendicular. Looking at the triangle OAP, we can see that the angle OAP is 90 minus theta by 2. Similarly, the angle OBP is also 90 minus theta by 2. Therefore, the opposite side of the triangle OAP becomes OA sine theta by 2, and the opposite side of the triangle OBP becomes OB sine theta by 2. The distance d between the charges is AP plus PB, and we can see how that becomes 2 into OA sine theta by 2. We know OA, that's 30 centimeters. We convert that into meters, plug it in, and we have got d in terms of theta. That's an achievement. Now the next challenge is that the electrostatic force is in some other direction and the weight mg is downwards, but we have to get their components along a particular common line so that we can pit them against each other and find Fe in terms of theta. Therefore, we draw this yellow line called xx dash. The yellow line is perpendicular to the line OB. Therefore, the angle OBX is 90 degrees. The angle OBX dash is 90 degrees. The angle XBE is 90 degrees. And X dash BE is also 90 degrees. We can now derive the other angles in this maze. You can see that ABX dash is theta by 2. Similarly, XBC is theta by 2. The angle DBE is theta. Therefore, the angle X dash BD is 90 minus theta. With these angles that are shown in blue color, we can start taking components and equate them. The yellow line helps a lot because we are able to take components of the electrostatic force along Bx and the downward component of the weight mg along Bx dash, which is downwards, and we just equate that. The component of electrostatic force is Fe into cos of that angle, that is Fe cos theta by 2. The component of the weight acting downwards along the yellow line is mg cos of 90 minus theta. So we equate both of them, and therefore we get Fe into cos theta by 2 is equal to 2 mg into sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. That's a trigonometric expansion of cos of 90 minus theta. Now the cos theta by 2 cancels on both sides, and we get Fe is equal to 2 mg sin theta by 2. We now solve for the electrostatic force Fe. We know Q1 and Q2, both are same charge, values are given in the problem. The term 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 has got a standard value 9 into 10 to the power 9, that's Coulomb's constant. We know distance d now, so the d squared comes into the denominator, and we have to be very careful to convert everything into meters and all that. So we will get Fe is equal to 25 by 4 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 1 by sin theta by 2 whole square. If you have come this far, that's a great achievement. Now we have to equate the two terms that we found for Fe. mg is known, mass is given, and we can take g as 9.81 meters per second square. So when we equate the two sides as shown here, we will get sine cube theta by 2 on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we will get all the numbers. So taking a cube root of that, you will get sine theta by 2 is 0.1471, and therefore the angle theta by 2 is 8.4589 degrees, and therefore the theta is twice of that, and that's 16.9178 degrees to be very exact. That's the answer to the problem. This kind of problem starts off as a concept and very soon becomes a trigonometrical nightmare. So you have to start becoming an expert in finding angles, dropping perpendiculars, resolving forces using cos theta, them, and keeping a focus on what really we had to find in the end of the problem. I hope this video was useful for you. Do share it with your friends, put a like on it, subscribe to our channel. You can also log in free to our website, physicsmodels.com, which covers the entire physics course in a more structured manner. And you can also download our app on your mobile, use it to revise physics quickly, and above all, have a great day.